Hello, my name is Martin Schwemmler. I'm Innovation Researcher at the HBI School of Design Thinking in Potsdam, and my book chapter is about walls, furniture and people, spaces in design thinking in theory and practice. People, place, process. These three P's are often called the core elements of design thinking. And a lot of design thinking educators know a lot about the design thinking process and the tools you need in order to facilitate it. They are also very knowledgeable about the teams, so the people, and how to select them and how to facilitate them. But when it comes to the third P, a lot of people get silent because they lack experience and knowledge about the proper use of design thinking spaces and about the furniture connected to the spaces. So for instance, they often refer to flexible furniture on wheels. But let's be honest, how often have you moved your whiteboard on wheels in a workshop? And how often has it just stayed from the beginning to the end of the workshop where it was, although it has wheels? In order to change that, the book chapter I will present you in the next minutes will give you a lot of new knowledge in order to better understand spaces in design thinking, but also practical tips and tricks that you can use in your design thinking education. And as every building, also this book chapter has, on the one hand, a foundation, which is the theoretical knowledge that you need in order to design and facilitate and also coach with your design thinking spaces. Second, the construction plan, so that you know about the different zones that your building, so your design thinking workshop space has. And third, like the housewarming party, the people, the space in use, how your space can be used during a design thinking workshop and how you can, together with your participants, change the space during a workshop. In the first part, the foundations, you learn about different perspectives that you can take on a space. For instance, you can see a space as distances. You can see spaces as manifestations of power relations, or you can see spaces as experiences. And depending on the understanding you take on the space, you have different options how you can change or manage or coach it. In the second part about the construction plans, it's about three different levels. So we have a macro level, and there the question is, where is your design thinking space located on the campus, on the university campus, on the corporate campus, and how does that change the perception of the space by your participants, and what do you have to do differently depending on where your design thinking space is located on that campus? The meso level then is about zones and zoning in design thinking. Well, different phases need different zones. For instance, there's a zone for the team zone. There's a zone where you do prototyping. There's a zone for presentations. In this chapter, you learn how to disseminate those zones on a floor plan so that they work during a workshop. But there are also tips and tricks what you can do if you only have one large room, for instance, a seminar room in a hotel or a lecture hall at a university, and how you can make all those zones fit in one flexible and transferable space. And then the third part about space in use is about how you can, as a coach, change the space, your team space, together with the team so that the space supports the different phases of the design thinking workshop. I hope that you learn a lot new insights about spaces in theory, but also how you can turn the theory into practice to make space an active member of your design thinking teams and boost your facilitation using the power of spaces in design thinking. I wish you a lot of fun with reading my chapter. Thank you very much.